I'm here in Portugal, just north of Faro, to test this Honda's new TRANSALP. It's the 4th version of the bike. It's the biggest and best yet, claim Honda. It's a middleweight adventure bike. We're going off into the hills above this fine city to see what it's made of. Honda claim that it's still got the TRANSALP spirit of manageability, fun et al. Just a few facts about it. It's got a 755cc parallel twin engine with a 270-degree crank. It makes just over 91 horsepower. It weighs 208 kilos wet. I'm hoping it's fun. I'll let you know more about it when I've ridden it. Right, the verdict. And the verdict is a bit different to not just what I expected, but what I felt after the first sort of 30, 50 miles. Did about 100 and odd miles today on the road. A bit of off-road, come to that in due course. And initially, just as I expected, I just thought, right, it's another Honda. It's another thing that works rather nicely, that gets a good score in every area, but lacks a bit of personality. Now I'm thinking otherwise. And I do think this bike has got a desirable quality, particularly because of the engine. Now, because it's a parallel twin and it's got a 270-degree crank, it's got punch and it's got bottom end and it's got mid-range and it's got usability. But, and this is the extra bit, when you spin it a bit harder and get a bit more involved with the process of getting a move on, it really is quite rewarding. It's not a bike that you have to change gear on a lot. But if you do, you will get some reward for that. And it really does give the bike some personality. I could have been lazy and I could have just left it in sort of 3rd or 4th gear around some of those mountain twisties today, but I chose to just keep tapping through the box and I've got a better result because of it. Let's talk about the rest of the bike. There's a lovely, easy feel to it. This is a bike that's easy to ride at 2 miles an hour or flat out. We did a bit of everything today, a bit of town work to begin with, and we rode in lots of different weather conditions. It was a bit damp and a bit slippery to begin with, to say the least, but the bike felt good and felt safe, and that continues even when you're giving it large. Quite impressed with these Metzeler Karoo tyres, I have to say, and the suspension, though it's a bit soft, you get lovely feel and feedback. You can push it and just feel safe. 21-inch front wheel felt better than I thought it might. Just good sort of feel, feedback, and a message is being sent to you that it's okay to keep pushing on. Feels comfortable, okay. I never sat in the seat for more than about an hour at a time. Fairly good wind protection. That screen's pretty good. Didn't feel any need to sort of shelter from it. I was getting in good protection anyway. Brakes good. Suspension is very comfortable, but it seems to ride the bumps okay. You can't adjust it other than the preload, which is a bit of a mystery given the sort of dual purpose ability that Honda's sort of pushing with this bike. My bike had a quick shifter on, which made the gear change all the easier. Good instrumentation. There's quite a bit to talk about there. Let's see how much I can remember. There's 5 power modes, there's 5 traction control settings, there's 3 engine braking settings, and there are 3 ABS settings. Read more about it in my written report. I'll bore you if I go into any more detail than that now. Again, just an endearing bike, but one, and I urge you, if you try this bike, that you must try for quite a long time before those endearing qualities come to you. If you're going to go to your Honda dealer, think about the route that you're going to choose carefully. Give yourself the best chance, as Honda have allowed us to, of enjoying it, and ideally borrow it for a couple of hours. At first, you're going to like it, but it's only in due course when you get sort of more involved with it that you're going to sort of get rewarded and feel that this bike is desirable. Wouldn't mind a bigger tank, 16.5 litres, and definitely needed some better tyres for off-road use. When we went there, it was a bit slimy and we were only on road tyres. It was a bit new to us then. It's a big, heavy, despite the fact it only weighs 208 kilograms. It's a big, heavy bike, and it's got 91 brake, and though I put it in gravel mode, which is the sort of the saviour mode when it comes to off-roading, allowing you to get away with everything, or as much as you can, it didn't give me the sort of grip that I needed. This bike makes 91 and a bit horsepower, but though it's very usable and very easy and manageable, definitely a good idea to just get a bit amongst it and just get a bit more involved with it to let you sample what it's fully capable of. Really good bike, but you're not going to get its full potential unless you sit in the seat for quite a while. If the standard bike needs a bit more for your full liking, there's a load of accessories you can get. There's about 4 different packs. I'm going to refer to my crib sheet now. There is an urban, a touring, an adventure and a rally pack. In short, you can get a load of luggage, you can get crash bars, you can get hard panniers. You can just enhance the already versatile nature of this bike even more. You just have to pay a few quid extra. Standard bike is 9,499 on the road, and I reckon pretty good value. Now, I could draw many comparisons between this bike and the Suzuki V-Strom 800, which I rode only about 10 days ago. But I'm not going to. I think, to be fair to both this bike and that, you need to get them together on the same stretch of road at the same time before you can give a credible and fair comparison. All I'll say is it's going to be something that I look forward to, comparing them both, and I reckon they'll be viewed as very, very good, but for very different reasons. Despite the fact there's an immense similarity between the pair of them, I think they feel like completely different bikes. Completely different? Appreciably different bikes. That's something that comparison will give you in due course. Back in the UK, probably.